Oh, hello, this is Tak Chung from Walk with Tak. Welcome to my YouTube channel. If you enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and share. I have a friend. His name is Bing, but everybody call him Jackie because he looks like Jackie Chan. Jackie used to be the chef as well as the owner of a local Chinese restaurant. He was an excellent and creative cook. I used to be able to go to his restaurant and order dishes that were not on the menu. And then about 5 years ago, he closed his restaurant. He told me that running a restaurant business is really tough. He works 7 days a week, 12 hours a day, and never really get any day off. So he decided that he's going to work for a grocery store. Since he has past experience working in a supermarket, and with his background in cooking, the grocery store hired him to in charge of the department that prepare food that are already cooked, which has become a significant feature of the new American supermarkets. This supermarket has a large offering of prepared food. In addition to the traditional cold salad and cold cut, they also have hot meals. In fact, people can go in and order an entire meal that are pre-cooked. For example, they did a great business for Thanksgiving dinner meals. So I asked him, what does he think about this type of meals in the supermarket? Are they healthier and taste better than fast and processed food? He told me that yes and no, they're definitely better than fast food, but they're not that much better than traditional restaurant food, like the food that he used to cook in his restaurant. And they're still high salt, high fat, and with lots of sugar. If you can cook your food yourself, this would be much better. But if you don't have the time, this might be the best choice that you have. So I asked Jackie, would you eat the food that they are available at the supermarket? He told me that he would never eat them, just like he would never eat the food that he make in his restaurant. So I asked him, what did you cook normally at home? Well, he told me that he loved eggplant. So he quite often cooked this eggplant dish with ground turkey over pan-fried spaghetti noodles. After he told me how he made this, I decided I'm going to give it a try. And it turned out to be great. So I'm going to put this on video for you to take a look. So for this dish, I'm going to cook all of the ingredients and put them into a single dish. Now this dish is a bit complicated, but with my templates-based cooking, I do not need to use a recipe. And with advanced prepping, I can get all the things that I need for this dish in about 5 minutes. At first, I found some regular spaghetti pasta noodles that I have cooked in advance. They are great for pan frying after you store them in the refrigerator for about 24 to 48 hours. For the vegetable medleys, the first item that I'm going to start out with is some Japanese eggplant. Similarly, I also found some cauliflower that I should use them up. Last but not the least, I found some okra that has been thinly sliced. I love okra, so this would be perfect. And with advanced prepping, this makes everything simple. All I need to do is to find them in the refrigerator and I'm ready to cook. I'm going to cook this meal in my 14-inch Cuisinart stainless steel wok. This will be divided into 3 separate cooking processes, starting out with the pan-fried noodles. I use my spot seasoning method to season the wok to make sure that the noodle will not stick and burn to the bottom of the wok. Here I use 3 cups of spaghetti pasta noodles. I used a pair of long handled tongs to tease everything apart and to spread them evenly on the surface of the wok. To prevent the spaghetti pasta noodles to stick and burn to the bottom surface of the wok, it is important that you cook them in advance and keep them in the refrigerator for about 48 hours. After separating them, I turn the heat to medium-low and fry the noodles for about 2 to 3 minutes. This will fry the bottom surface of the noodles before I turn them over. I continue the process for another 3 to 4 minutes, and then when I turn them over, you notice that the bottom side of the noodle is nicely browned. I then use the tongue to tear them apart. This will allow me to spread them out and to expose the unfried part of the noodles to the bottom surface of the wok. This will lead to more even frying. This type of noodles, when you cook them they taste absolutely wonderful. It is the intermingle of the crispy portion of the noodle and the soft portion of the noodle make them so intriguing. For a few more minutes, the frying process is pretty much done, and you notice that the noodle do not stick to the bottom of the wok at all. And this is very important. If you follow my steps, you will not have any problem. And next, I'm going to transfer the noodles to a serving plate. I'm going to set them aside, and now I'm ready to cook the vegetable portion of this dish. I'm not going to wash the wok before I cook the vegetable because the wok looks pretty good. I'm going to start out with about 1.5 tablespoons of cooking oil. I love eggplant as much as Jackie loves eggplant, so I'm going to start out with a large portion of eggplant, altogether about 5 cups. These are the long and slender eggplant, frequently referred to as Japanese or Chinese eggplants. They taste pretty much the same as the traditional, what we call the American Beauty eggplants, except they have a softer skin. I don't peel the skin because the color of the skin suggests that there are a lot of nutritional value in it. Eggplant takes a lot of oil to cook. However, I'm not going to start out by using a lot of oil. I'm only going to add them as I see is necessary. This will help me to use the least amount of oil. It takes about 2 to 3 minutes to cook the eggplant. You want to cook the eggplant until the flesh of the eggplant start to look translucent. Along the way, add just the amount of oil that you think is necessary before the eggplants get burned. I next add the cauliflower to the eggplant. Cauliflowers actually goes pretty well with eggplant, but in this case the main reason I'm adding it to it because I have some cauliflower left from my advanced prepping and I need to use them up. After I put it in, they look a little bit too big, so use a pair of scissors to cut them down a little bit to size. With advanced prepping, I'm most of the week able to use all the vegetables that I have prepped. Advanced prepping extends their shelf life, and most importantly is that through advanced prepping, I'm able to pick and choose the vegetables that I want to add to a vegetable medley. In the refrigerator, I also found some okra in my advanced prepping, and I'm going to add some to this dish. Okra actually turned out great for stir frying, particularly when you want to create a sauce for the dish. Okra has a slimy texture, but it works out great because it actually allows you to use okra to thicken the sauce. And next, I'm going to season the dish lightly with a combination of 2 tablespoons of oyster sauce with 1 tablespoon of hoisin sauce. And next, I'm going to add half teaspoon of hot chili pepper flakes. This actually will not make the dish spicy, but it will make the flavor of the dish more complex and interesting. I then add some water to create a sauce for the dish. Now the okra actually turned out to become a thickener. It thickened the sauce. I add more water to adjust the consistency of the sauce until the way how I like it. And then I add some dark soy sauce to give this dish a little bit more saltiness as well as some color. I cook this dish under a light simmer until the eggplant reach a soft consistency. Okay, the dish is ready to serve and the total cook time is a little bit over 10 minutes. Okay, I'm going to keep going. Next is I'm going to stir fry about 8 ounces of ground turkey. I use the wok spatula to break up the turkey and then I stir fry them for about 2 to 3 minutes. I then season it with a Korean barbecue sauce. I garnish it with some chopped scallions. Again, it's part of my advanced prepping. And here with a few quick mix, this is done and I'm going to lay it over the vegetables. And when you look at this dish, it's actually 3 dishes that cook separately and then combine together. Jackie told me that this is exactly how they do it in restaurant business. Using this approach, it allows you to control the flavor and texture of the individual ingredients. It also allows you to cook some of the components of the dish in advance so you can combine them rapidly. So this is a demonstration of how a professional chef cooks a dish. It also demonstrates the elements of the fast cooking system, with flavor chasing, advanced prepping, stir frying, and template-based cooking. You will find infinite possibilities to create the dish that you want. And thank you for watching. If you'd like to learn more about my fast cooking system as well as to adopt it, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I post a new video each day, so I will see you tomorrow.